Hey guys, it's that time of the year again. The Morris Lubricants hat is on. I'm in the garage. It's cold, it's wet, it's windy, but we're actually at a point now where we want to start work on the 350 finally. Had a few projects going on at home myself before being able to get on with this, but now it's actually time to start thinking about what's going on here. 2020 for me wasn't the best year. Had a few issues with the car, had a few issues even with myself with driving, bit of lack of confidence, all that kind of stuff. But you know, next year is a new year. Hoping to make a few significant changes to the LS3 to make it a little bit more competitive for next year, so I can actually get back up to where I should be in the battles and so on. So yeah, really, it's going to be more of what we did last year, which is diet. This car is a heavy beast. I think we weighed it in about 1375, I think it was, on Chris Wright's corner weight scales. So we've got a benchmark to begin with, but there's huge amounts of bits and pieces that we can cut off this thing to make it better. So yeah, over the next few weeks we're going to be stripping it down to pretty much a bare shell again, probably leave the windscreen in for the time being, and then yeah, start taking out different bits and pieces. So we're going to put new fuel tank in. That's going to be a fuel cell in there, so we get rid of all this kind of weight in the background, get rid of the big tank that takes about 80 litres, going down to something that takes about 22 or 6 gallons, so it's going to be a lot more refueling for the team. But yeah, obviously there's a significant amount of weight being lost there. Unfortunately, again, that's all weight from the back, but you know, it is difficult to cut weight out the front of these cars, well, any of the cars really sometimes. So yeah, that's part of it. We've got 350Z diff, not diff, well, we have a diff and a prop there, so we're going to be putting in a new diff into the back of the car. Unfortunately, again, not Winters due to budget, but with a 350 and a 370Z manual diffs, got a couple of new ratios there that we're going to chuck in, see how they go on a few practice days at Teesside, and see if that helps us sort of match the wheel speed a little bit better to the track conditions that we have. Luckily, we have plenty of torque with the LS3 Supercharged V8 up the front to deal with the slightly longer ratios both of those diffs have. But obviously we've got torque as well on board, so if we need to go and get new ratios, we can go and pop along to those boys and get a couple more of those slot in. So yeah, in regards to the bodywork, we're still running on the steel rear quarters that not many people know about. We have a few bits of fiberglass like the doors and the wings, but yeah, we've still got steel roof. So this will be going, these will be going. We're going to make a slightly newer version, lighter version of this. Probably, unfortunately, getting rid of the wing because again, this is actually quite a heavy beast. Even though it is made of carbon, yeah, it does add a fair bit of weight. So yeah, we'll when we get it on the corner weight scales, we'll decide whether we're going to keep that or not. But I think the likelihood is that will be going as well. So yeah, it's going to be a fairly different change up and look of the car for 2021. Inside is going to be pretty much the same, just to tidy up. Think about sort of maybe cleaning the dash up a little bit and skinnying down the column. Also going to be running without the passenger seat for next year. Again, saving weight where we can. So yeah, and then any other bits of additional steel work and stuff that's in there will be being cut out and hole sawed as much as possible. So yeah, there's tons of steel kicking around in here, so especially behind this boot lid section here, lots and lots of weight, lots of steel, you know, sometimes even 3 layers of steel when the guys at Nissan made this. So yeah, we want to be getting rid of a lot of that if we can do. So yeah, moving on to the front. Obviously, we still do have the absolute beast of an engine up here, which is probably maybe not helping us too much with the weight distribution, but you know, we love that. It's working for us. We're going to keep it there. We've already had the car and the engine at Craig's to get him to give it a clean bill of health. Turns out that we've got a couple of cracks in the headers on the collectors down at number 4, where all the 4 branches meet together. So that was a bit of a funny clicking sound that we heard when we were at the last practice day. So happy that that's something so simple to fix. Going to be getting rid of the brake booster, don't need that, so we're going our own version of the chase bays stuff there. Probably moving the methanol system a little bit more inboard. Obviously have to make sure then that's bulkhead away from me to keep that nice and safe. And then anything else that we can move, we're getting rid of the transmission cooler. Craig said we don't need that for the short amount of running that we do. Getting rid of the headlights, going for blanks on those, getting rid of the headlight mounting steel work, that weighs a ton. So yeah, over the next few weeks we've got loads of stuff that we're going to be doing. I'm really excited to be getting into it. This, you know, the car is fantastic, probably is a lot more than I can handle, well, as you've probably seen this year, but next year make it a little bit lighter, get that power to weight ratio a little bit more in the sweet spot, and then yeah, get out there, practice myself, get the seat time that we need, and crack on. So yeah, make sure you guys stay tuned over the next few weeks of the Back to Business vlogs, and yeah, watch it unfold and let us know what your comments are below. Cheers.